Okay, before we move on with the topic at hand, let's go back to our data class and give our level member a default value. I forgot to do that in the last part. So let's set it to default to 100. That way we know when the effect is initially placed onto the grid, it will be set to 100. So now that that's done, let's talk a little bit about effect editors. Now, effects themselves have no working knowledge on what effect editors are out there. What actually happens when a user double clicks on an effect in order to edit it, Vixen goes out and it searches for an effect editor that will work with our effect. How does Vixen know what effect editor will work with what effect? Initially, what Vixen will do is it will look for an effect editor that was created specifically for this effect. In our case, we know that's not true because we've written this effect and we have not written an effect editor for it. So the next thing Vixen will do, if we tell Vixen what type of data we are looking for, it will go out and it will look for an effect editor that can handle that type of data. So for example, in our example, we need data of the level type. So Vixen will go out and it will look for an effect editor that can handle data types of level. Now, I know that there is a effect editor already created that can handle level types. So we're not going to have to go out and create an effect. We're just going to have to tell Vixen that we need data in the form of a level. Where we tell Vixen this information is in the descriptor. Now, first thing we're going to need to do is we are going to need to add the reference or the namespace of Vixen.commands.known data types, and we need that for the level type as we have every other time we've called it. And the place where we tell Vixen what type of data we need for our parameters is in a public override of parameters. Now you'll see here that the return type is a parameter signature. So that tells us that we are going to have to create a parameter signature object. So let's go take a look at what the parameter signature object is. If you go into Vixen commands, scroll down to parameter signature, this is the actual constructor we are going to be using. So basically down here we can see that the public parameter signature object requires us to send it an array of parameter specification. Okay, what's parameter specification? Let's take a quick look. How we create a parameter specification is right here in this constructor. Basically, we'll just have to create a new parameter specification, give it a name, could be any descriptive name for us, and give it a type. So let's go ahead and create that. It'll probably make more sense as soon as you see it done. Let's create our parameter signature object. Parameter signature, let's just call it signature, equals new parameter signature. And as soon as we put the parentheses, it's going to tell us that we need to send it an array of parameter specifications. So let's create a new array. A new array. And let's populate that array. I'm just going to hit enter here so that it goes down onto the next line. We are creating a new parameter specification. As soon as we hit parentheses, it tells us let's give it a name. Let's call it tutorial level. And the type is a type of level. Okay, we just need to take care of our parentheses, our braces. I got tired of saying brackets. I knew it was the wrong term, so I looked it up on Wikispaces. And then it looks like we need one more parenthesis and then a semicolon. Now, just to go over real quick what this is, it's a new parameter signature object. We created a new array of parameter specifications, and this is our what we put into that new parameter specification. So all we have to do is return signature, and we are done. Now the set value in here, we can just leave this the way it is. So now at this point we have our data class created for us to persist the data. We've told Vixen what type of parameters we're dealing with so that it can go ahead and it can find a effect editor for us. And in the next part, all we need to do is we need to pass the information to and from that effect editor, and then incorporate it into our effect.